away from them. So they say, how do we get in? The
Talking about
military
bricks,
says,
I don't know what
how do we
bricks.
get in and what do we do? They said, I have an idea. Let's break up the concrete. And that's even better than bricks. And that's what happened.
Yeah, you just witnessed an amazing spectacle, a flex on our military. What impresses you the most?
I think the total love for the military. I mean, I was with the generals. They're explaining the different maneuvers. And the love they have for the army and the military is beautiful. They're really great people.
Weird answer, but okay.
I've never seen anything quite like that. I don't think any other president has either. You know,
I think that's more or less technical answer than like a people's answer.
No, they didn't do it for Biden. I wonder why.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I know this. As long as we have the military there, the protests won't mean anything. Last night, if we weren't there, they would have burned down the city. But they
okay. Bit far-fetched, but okay.
Concrete, looking for weapons. You know, those are weapons. If that hits somebody in the head, the person's dead. You know that, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by a very heavy force will be met with the protest?
Oh, the military will be very heavy for us. I'm very proud to tell you that.
Oh, man.
They might as well turn around. They're wasting their time.
Man, that's crazy,
some of them
right?
will end up in jail for a long period of time. They use weapons. That concrete is a weapon, a dangerous weapon. Worse than a brick.
Oh, there you go. Concrete some.
And they were dropping it off bridges and throwing
Wow.
it at soldiers and police.
Damn, that's nuts.
They're not doing that.
Actually, that's true. There was a guy who's killed that people threw a rock through the windscreen and died. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this one, okay. Yeah, that threw like a rock as a final games and killed a man. Yeah, don't want that.
Tried to be nice.
And I watched Minneapolis and other places
Tried
burn
to be
for
nice.
a long time. And I said, when are you going to call? When are you going to call? And I said, if I ever do this again, if they're not responsive at the beginning, not at the end. You know, I called in the military in Minneapolis, but it was 7 days. I waited for this guy, the same guy that ran for vice president, who's a very dumb person. He's a low IQ individual, like many Democrats.
What is he talking
But
about?
I waited for him to call him in. I kept waiting. I'd call him every day and say, when are you calling him? And finally I called him because I'm not going to wait. They were destroying the city. The whole city was burning down. Horrible. Okay.
Again, has set a hearing for Thursday from Governor Newsom's lawsuit.
Huh.
Do you think your administration will be successful Thursday for the hearing?
Well, even Senator Fetterman said very strongly that this is horrible what they're doing and that the Democrats are making a big mistake by not talking about it.
Yep.
And I
That's
agree
true.
with that. I think this is in a league with, and maybe even worse in a true sense, what they're doing is now worse than men playing in women's sports. I think that's a ridiculous thing. Open borders. You
Hey,
take open
at least he
borders.
knows all the things he's tried to do or have done lately.
Not all of them, I guess, but
Always adding his acolytes to the list of no matter what he's doing.
really sad to watch. It's very sad to watch this being our country now, with our National Guard and our, fairly low number of Marines. They had no chance. And if you look, they were a
I
little
mean,
bit tougher than police. Did you notice?
not surprised.
The police are trained not to do it. They're really trained. They're under tremendous political constraint. They're great police. I know the police in LA. I know the force. They're very good, but they're not allowed to do their thing. They're just not allowed. They're restricted by radical left politicians
That's true.
who are pretty shameful.
As Commander-in-Chief, sir, what rules of engagement do you want for the military? What limitations?
A very simple rule of engagement. If they're dangerous, if they're throwing concrete or bricks, if they're spitting in the face of the
What do you
police
do?
or whoever's in front of them,
See,
if
finally.
they're punching people, if they're doing all
Yep.
of the things that you see done for the last 3 nights, that I would say is engagement. We need to keep our city straight. I want to save Los Angeles. Newsom is totally incompetent.
Trump is such a TV person. He knows what he's doing.
It's burned down. What was it, 25,000 houses?
It's too
All
obvious.
because he wouldn't take water. I released the
You know,
water
as I was
from
looking, it's
the
kind of funny.
Pacific
That water shit
Northwest.
again.
And it came down millions of gallons a day. And it's right right there, right now. They'd like to send it back. There's something wrong with these people. All I want in terms of engagement, I just want to see peace. If there's peace, we get out. If there's even a chance of no peace, we stay there until there's peace. And a lot of people are being arrested. The rioters, or whatever you want to call them, they better know a lot of people are being arrested. They're going to be in jail.
they're going
for a
on
long
the
time.
bus.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Man.
All right, so President Trump speaking there with the media, traveling with him. He's
That shit's
on the
loud,
tarmac
bro.
at Joint Base Andrews, talking
damn,
about
that
a whole
shit was
host of topics. Apologize there, went right to color bars. Including, though, the anti-ICE demonstrations in Los Angeles.
Yeah, no, I mean, and they putting them on. They putting them in there, bro. Like they getting packed in like sardines on those buses, man. And,
I mean,
they
true.
gotta be out.
Let's see, any other new videos come up? Nothing. So we'll stream again later. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. You know, like and subscribe, leave us comments, you know, all that good stuff. Alright, thanks, bye.